The Nico Iamaleava era begins at Tennessee in 2024. A lot of hype around this team, especially this offense after watching what they did in the bowl game to Iowa last season. But I'm going to give you my predictions on Tennessee. We'll go game by game first. Just some thoughts on this team. I believe Nico is going to be really good. I mean, I know some people say it was a bowl game. Can't read too much into it. Look, Iowa, that's a really good defense, and they wanted to play in that game. And it's already a guy that had a ton of hype. You know, this was a 5-star coming in. So I believe he's going to do really well. And this is an offense built to help quarterbacks. I think the weapons around him are really good. The running backs are good. The receivers really, really good. Offensive line, maybe not quite as good as last season. But again, this is an offense that's going to score points. And I think they'll score points really on anybody. Defensively, I love the defensive line. I think they're going to be really strong there, but you look at the rest of the defense, and it's average at best, especially the secondary. So if they go up against another team that can throw the football, you could expect some shootouts. I definitely think you're going to see some shootouts with Tennessee this year. So let's get into the predictions. Vegas has their over-under win total at 9.5. Several teams in the SEC have a 9.5, and really across college football have a 9.5 win total, and just the way kind of some of the schedules set up. Now Tennessee's is a pretty tough schedule. I wouldn't say it's the toughest in the SEC, but they do have Oklahoma on the road, and they've got Alabama, they've got Georgia on the road, but no Texas, no Ole Miss. It could be worse. No Missouri. So yeah, it's a manageable schedule, and it's a schedule that I think could get them to 10-2 potentially and into the college football playoff. But we'll start with Chattanooga. That should be an easy win to start things off. So I've got them at 1-0 going into this game against NC State. NC State's going to be pretty good offensively themselves. I think they're going to be able to score some points. So this is one of those games that will be a shootout in my opinion. I expect a lot of points. I think Tennessee's firepower is a little bit more though, and I think that they will outlast NC State. They'll win a close one in Charlotte, but I'm going Tennessee here over NC State. The next week they get Kent State. That should be a pretty easy win. So 3-0 start for the Vols as they head into SEC play. They're going to play Oklahoma. So this will be Oklahoma's first SEC game. They're going to play them on the road. It can be a pretty tough place to play. You look at Oklahoma's defense, and this might be the most complete defense that Tennessee will play. I know you see Georgia on the schedule, so between Oklahoma and Georgia, two of the better defenses, or two of the top defenses in the SEC, and probably I think are the top two defenses this season. But especially in the secondary, Oklahoma's going to have a really good secondary. And so they're built to maybe slow down this Tennessee offense a little bit. But there is an advantage for Tennessee on defense because Oklahoma's offensive line, that's their biggest question mark. And so you like Tennessee's defensive line in that matchup. This one really is just a tough one for me to predict. It's one that I really think could go either way. And when if I'm on the fence and I really can't make a decision, I'm pretty much always going to go with home field advantage. Oklahoma's playing at home. That's the difference. But wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee was able to go in there and win that game. They get Arkansas after a bye week. Really good time for their first bye week in between two road games. Arkansas is going to be a team that I think will be better offensively, but they're not going to be able to keep up with Tennessee, and they're not going to have the type of defense that's going to be able to slow down Tennessee. So Tennessee should be able to probably pull away in this game and win fairly easily, and that's going to get them to 4-1. All right, next you got Florida at home. Revenge game for Tennessee. That's going to be big. They did not play well against Florida last season. I think they play much better this go around. Playing at home obviously will help. And yeah, you're talking about a Florida offense that is, I don't think, going to be able to win in a shootout like this. Now they're going to have a defense that a good secondary that can maybe slow Tennessee down just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Tennessee wins this game and they get to 5-1. Next is Alabama on October 19th. Boy, this is a tough one to predict, and this is, I mean, I went back and forth on this game for weeks, really. You'd be surprised when you have to make all these predictions. You'd be surprised how much time you spend just laying in bed or in the shower, just thinking about certain matchups and trying to decide which way you're going to go with predictions. I mean, you spend a lot of time thinking about these games. So yeah, this is one that I definitely had a hard time with. you look at Alabama's defense. Yes, it's going to be really good, but if they have a question mark, it is the secondary, and I think that bodes well for Tennessee. I think they're able to score in this game. Alabama's run game, their offensive line, though, I think it's going to be tough. Jalen Milroe running the football. I don't know if Tennessee really has the type of defense that's going to be able to stop him, contain him. And so I think they're going to score a lot. And I think it's going to be a shootout, one that just goes back and forth. But it's just kind of a gut feeling. I'm going with Alabama. I think this is a big opportunity for Tennessee, and I think they come up really close. But I think Alabama finds a way. Their offensive line is the difference. They're able to run the football in this game and go up against that Tennessee defensive line and maybe slow the game down just a little bit, but still score. And again, it's a shootout, but I'm going Alabama over Tennessee. Could very, very easily, that's the thing about making predictions so early. By the time we get to August, I may very well change my mind on that game. But we're going to go with it, and that's the pick. Kentucky is up next. They get a bye week after Alabama. A good time to get a bye week after having to play Alabama. Kentucky is next. Kentucky's going to have a solid defense. They're not, though, in my opinion, going to have the offense that can keep up with Tennessee. Now, they'll be good offensively, don't get me wrong, but I think Tennessee's too much, especially playing at home, playing angry. They go out there and get a win over Kentucky. Then they'll play Mississippi State on November 9th at home. This is just not going to be a good Mississippi State team, in my opinion. I think this one is an easy win for the Vols. They roll in that game. Then they get Georgia on the road. Man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough going into Athens. And, that's the thing about this schedule. You're facing arguably the top two defenses, Oklahoma and Georgia, both on the road. So you have to play those defenses when they're going to be at their best and they're going to be feeding off the crowd noise, and it's just going to be tough. Georgia offensively, though, that's the difference here. It's not just about the defense. They can score, and I think they score a lot of points. Tennessee will get theirs. They'll score some in this game, even against a good defense. But Georgia will score a ton, and I think Georgia, that offense will be the difference. They win. And that probably is going to keep Tennessee out of the college football playoff. They close things out with Vanderbilt on November 30th on the road. Will it even be a road game? There might be more Tennessee fans there than Vanderbilt fans. Vanderbilt's not very good. Tennessee rolls here. Vandy probably will try to run the ball and control the clock and keep it away from this Tennessee offense, but that's not going to work. Tennessee will win big. All right, so I've got them going 9-3. Again, I keep coming back to this Alabama game. If you switch that game, that's going to put them at 10-2 and probably in the college football playoff. So that the season really, in my opinion, hinges on that game. Unless they can go out and beat Oklahoma on the road, which would be tough. I feel confident, though, in the rest of these games. I don't see them losing to NC State, Arkansas, Florida, Kentucky, Mississippi State, or Vanderbilt. So I think 9-3 is actually the worst case scenario unless something crazy happens. And could even see them possibly get to 11-1, but 10-2 definitely. So, yes, I'm at 9-3, but Tennessee fans, I think you've got a chance to do better and get to the college football playoff. But at the end of the day, I got to make the predictions, and I came out at 9-3. Would love to get your thoughts and your predictions for Tennessee. Let me know what you think down in the comments below.